Hi, it's the Brad Lloyd, and today I'm going to talk to you about HomePods. I'm going to go over the original HomePod and compare it to the new HomePod Mini. I'll go through some of the similarities, some of the differences, show you how easy it is to set up, and then at the end, I'll show you a sound comparison so you can hear the difference between these two speakers, and we'll do it both as an individual speaker and as a stereo pair. I've been a fan of the HomePod since it was first announced in 2017 at the World Developer Conference. And after owning it for a couple of years, I have to say I love my HomePod. For me, I subscribe to Apple Music, I have a lot of Apple products, and I use HomeKit every day. But for other people, this has been seen as a $450 speaker that just can't do much else. And I totally get it. If you're not as invested in the Apple ecosystem as I am, then that's a lot of money to pay. That's why when Apple released the Mini last fall for only $129 or $99 US, it really made a lot of sense as it's priced much more competitively compared to other smart speakers on the market. Okay, so let's go over some of the differences between the HomePod and the HomePod Mini, starting with Siri. Siri's gotten a bit of a bad reputation over the years for being not so smart, but this has improved over time. For basic tasks like controlling HomeKit accessories, playing music, setting timers, or checking the weather, Siri is more than capable. You can activate Siri on either of these HomePods by tapping the top or by calling out, "Hey Siri, add peanut butter to my grocery list."
All right, Brad, I've added it to your grocery list.
Thank you. Intercom is a new feature released by Apple last fall when the HomePod Mini came out, and it's available for both the HomePod and the HomePod Mini. It's a feature that allows you to send messages to multiple devices within your home. This includes iPads, iPhones, Apple Watches, and HomePods, both of the HomePods. In order to use the Intercom feature, you need to make sure that the feature is enabled within the Home app. Then to send a message, you simply need to ask Siri to send an Intercom message or Intercom. You can also send an Intercom message by clicking the Intercom icon on the top right-hand corner of the Home app. By default, the message is going to go to every user within your home, and you can't send a message to a particular person. You can, however, send it to a particular room or zone within your home. So if I want to tell my daughter Ashlyn that it's time for dinner, I can't tell Siri to intercom Ashlyn, but I can tell her to intercom Ashlyn's room. "Hey Siri, intercom Ashlyn's room. It's time for dinner." Handoff is a feature that allows you to easily transfer what you're listening to on your iPhone to your HomePod. And these days I'm working from home, but when I was working in the office, I'd often listen to a podcast in the car. When I got home, I could continue listening to that podcast simply by bringing my phone to the HomePod. If you subscribe to Apple Music, then playing music is easy. Simply ask Siri to play the song, playlist, or artist that you want to listen to. The HomePod's taken criticism for not allowing support for third-party music services, although recently introduced support for Pandora. Unfortunately, no word on when Spotify support will be available. For now, if you are a Spotify user and you want to play music on your HomePod, you're going to need to use AirPlay. The HomePod and the HomePod Mini are both compatible with stereo pairing. This means if you add a second HomePod, you can connect them together and make them a stereo pair for even better room-filling sound. Stick around later in this video where I test this out. Both of these HomePods work well as a HomeKit hub. A HomeKit hub allows you to securely access your HomeKit accessories when you're away from home. A HomeKit hub needs to either be an Apple TV, an iPad that doesn't leave your home, or a HomePod. Okay, so let's talk about some of the differences between the HomePod and the HomePod Mini. Okay, well let's get the obvious one out of the way. The Mini is called Mini for a reason. It is clearly much smaller than the regular HomePod. The regular HomePod is 6.8 inches and 5.5 pounds, where the Mini is only 5.5 inches and 3/4 of a pound. Now I don't find the regular HomePod to be too large, but the Mini may have the advantage of fitting better into certain places, and definitely something you'll want to take into consideration when deciding which speaker is right for you. As mentioned earlier, both HomePods can be connected as a stereo pair if you add a second speaker, but only the regular HomePod is compatible with home theater mode. Home Theater mode allows you to connect your HomePod to your Apple TV 4K and set it as the default speaker output. Home Theater mode also allows you to play content in Dolby Atmos, Dolby Digital 7.1, and Dolby Digital 5.1 surround. You can use one speaker or two, although having tested this out, I definitely recommend two speakers if it's something that you're interested in. This is a great setup for me because all of my content is through my Apple TV. If you're someone that uses multiple inputs like a gaming system or Blu-ray player, then this may not be the best option for you. Another difference is Thread, and this time the advantage goes to the Mini. Thread is a networking protocol that allows smart devices in your home to communicate together as a mesh network. The HomePod Mini is used as a border router and eliminates the needs for those individual hubs. Thread is said to be more reliable than existing Wi-Fi and Bluetooth devices. It also has better range, less latency, and it consumes less power. Many companies are starting to add Thread support to their products like Eve and Nanoleaf. Look for this on the packaging to know that you have a compatible device. Lastly is price, and this is probably the biggest difference. The regular HomePod retails for $399 Canadian or $299 US. The HomePod Mini retails here in Canada for $129 or $99 US. And I think for most people, the HomePod Mini is going to give you everything that you're looking for, unless you're looking for a really good quality speaker with room-filling immersive sound. Then you might want to go with the regular HomePod, especially if you're like me and you want to utilize the home theater mode with your Apple TV 4K. I also think that the Mini is a really great option for kids. It allows them to be able to play music in their bedroom. It allows you to use the Intercom feature. And with all the remote learning and homework, it's great for kids to be able to verify spelling or double check their math questions right from their HomePod.
Siri, beatbox. Siri, do you have any pets? Siri, what's your favorite movie? What's your favorite color? Do you have any riddles?
Okay, so here's the HomePod out of the box. You can see pretty simple. You've got your HomePod, you've got your USB-C charging brick. That's right, there is a charging brick included with this HomePod. So setup is super easy. Simply bring your iPhone towards your HomePod and click Setup. From there, it'll ask you to select a room from your HomeKit. You can then select whether or not you want to use personal requests. I'll turn mine on. Next, you'll be asked to transfer your iCloud and Wi-Fi settings to the HomePod. You will then need to hold your iPhone's camera over the center of your HomePod. From there, just wait a few seconds until you see that message, HomePod is ready, and you can click Done. Okay, let's move on to the sound comparison to give you an idea of the difference in sound quality between the different speakers. I'm going to do 3 comparisons. We're going to do the HomePod versus the HomePod Mini. We're also going to do 2 HomePods set up as a stereo pair versus 2 HomePod Minis set up as a stereo pair. And lastly, we're going to do 1 HomePod versus 2 HomePod Minis set up as a stereo pair. And I thought this would be a helpful comparison since 2 HomePod Minis is still $140 less than 1 regular HomePod.
Hold up, got these feelings in a bad place. It's okay, I'm just hanging by a thread today. Hey, it's alright, I'm not running from these monsters, but I'll wait for you to come down from that Milky Way. Look at the gun, look at the gold, look at the sky, look at the smoke, look at the kids, look at we sold out. All is fake. To be
hopefully that was helpful. I know it's difficult judging audio from a video, but hopefully that at least gave you an idea of the difference between the speakers. Listening to it live, I can say that the regular HomePod definitely sounded much louder than the HomePod Mini, and it had a much richer sound than the Minis as well, even when I had them connected as a stereo pair. It's not that one is better than the other, it's just what's right for you and how much money do you want to pay. I'm in a pretty open concept room right now, so the HomePod can really take advantage of that, where the Minis do struggle a little bit. So which HomePod is right for you? Well, I think that really depends on your personal needs and how much you want to spend. I would say that the regular HomePod is best for anyone who's looking for a really great quality speaker in your house. So if there's a room where you play music a lot, especially if it's a larger room, then the HomePod is a really good option for you. Also, if you're looking to set up the home theater, like I said earlier, then the HomePod really is your only option in that case. The HomePod Mini, on the other hand, is great for smaller rooms, such as kids' bedrooms, offices, dens, anywhere where it's not going to be your main source of music. It's still a great sounding speaker, and it's great for audiobooks, podcasts, or some background music. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you liked the video and subscribe to my channel so you can more easily find future videos where I'll go over Apple products with a focus on HomeKit. Thanks for watching, and talk to you soon.